Demetrius "Big Meech" Flannery of the infamous Black Mafia family is inching closer to freedom as he was transferred to serve the rest of his prison sentence outside of a cell. Meech was moved from the federal correctional institution Coleman Low to community confinement. That means Flannery will either be in home confinement or a residential reentry center, otherwise known as a halfway house. Meech was transferred on October 15, 2024. Meech is expected to be released on January 27, 2026. Meech claims he has used his time in prison to focus on his personal growth and that the door is wide open for him to begin a new chapter in his life. Meech was initially arrested in 2005 and was later sentenced to 30 years in prison in 2008 after being convicted of drug trafficking and money laundering through his BMF organization. Earlier this year, Meech was able to have 32 months removed from his sentence. Big Meech and his brother Terry Lee Southwest T. Flannery created BMF as a creative agency and hip-hop label in 1985, but federal agents suspected the brothers were running a criminal organization and using their company as a money laundering front. Big Meech, born June 21, 1968 in Detroit, Michigan, and his brother Southwest T, born January 10, 1970 in Detroit, Michigan, began selling $50 bags of cocaine on the streets of Detroit during their high school years in the late 1980s. By 2000, they had established cocaine distribution sales throughout the United States through its Los Angeles-based drug source and direct links to Mexican drug cartels. The Black Mafia family operated from two main hubs, one in Atlanta for distribution run by Meech and one out of Los Angeles, California run by Terry. Terry was in charge of the incoming shipments from Mexico, where the pipeline would then lead to Atlanta. The cocaine would be broken down for sale and distribution in Atlanta. They also broke into the hip-hop industry in the early 2000s, where BMF served as a promoter for high-profile artists. You may have heard their names mentioned in many raps from artists such as Young Jeezy and Fabulous. The name BMF and Big Meech became so popular that a TV series was created after the organization called Blowing Money Fast, produced by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Big Meech's son, Demetrius Flannery Jr., plays his father, the smart, ruthless businessman Big Meech, leader of the BMF gang, which also stood for Black Mafia Family. Big Meech and his brother Terry have done a majority of their time, and I honestly did not think Meech would ever get out. All of their flaunting definitely played a role in their arrests and convictions. Meech had a big mansion which was painted all white and called it the White House on top of that, taking out a huge billboard in Atlanta taunting the police to come and get them. BMF reportedly made over $270 million in cocaine sales across the United States. Today, Terry is under house confinement, and now it looks like Meech is on his way to do the same.